Fossil.
It's Spawn.
And we kind of had an idea of something that we need to talk about this week because it seems to be popping up
Everywhere. Yeah.
I think we need to talk about burnout. Back in my day, burnout was when you smoked too much weed.
Oh my God, was it?
Yeah, we called those people burnouts.
Oh, the burnouts, right. You used to always tell stories in high school. You were like, oh, those were the burnouts.
Not that we were being classist or anything.
Yeah.
You know.
Not that y'all were just some fucking haters. You didn't have any
course.
grass.
Of course.
JK, but...
When you get grandfathered out of being the last class that's not allowed to smoke in the common area.
That's so crazy to me that you guys even had
we were the first
designated
class
smoking areas
to be told you cannot smoke. So we got to watch all the cool kids out in the common area get to smoke, but we were not allowed to.
The fact that that was even a thing is like crazy to me.
That's funny. It's hilarious. Back to our story.
Our story?
Yeah. So Spawn's been sleeping like 24 and a half hours a day again.
Yeah, guys, I am not doing well again.
But this is medical, but there's a lot of this going around when it's not. So one of the things I wanted to look up was how can you tell the difference between burnout and depression?
That's a really important one.
Both have very similar qualities.
Yeah, and symptoms, I'm assuming.
Symptoms, yeah. So here's what I've learned, okay? Burnout is an external influence causing internal conflict.
Okay. Makes sense.
Depression is an internal issue causing external conflict.
Oh, okay.
So, in other words, you're feeling bad, so therefore you don't want to get out of bed and you don't want to talk to anybody. Depression. Your job is driving you crazy. You have too many things to do. You not enough time in the day and you need to be for people. Therefore, you pull away. That's burnout. So, there are, according to the internets, there are 5 stages to burnout. This can apply to anything. It doesn't have to be school. It can be work. It doesn't have to just be work. It's just life in general. Of course, a lot of the places, when I look these up, would refer to work.
Right. So, I mean, but I was under the impression that you can have several types of burnout. That you can have emotional, physical,
they all,
burnout.
Remember, mind, body, and spirit. Everything works together. And if one thing in your life is off kilter, it's going to show up elsewhere.
Right, but can you have burnout in the way where, let's say you exercise every day for a couple hours or whatever, and then you're just like, oh my God, I can't do this anymore. Like, that could be considered burnout.
That's fatigue.
No, but if it's also, because it's not always like a physical thing. Sometimes it's like a mental thing too. Where you're like, I'm so sick of doing this every day.
Being mature and aware of yourself, you will know when enough is enough. And that is what the base of this whole topic is going to be. Know yourself. Know your limits. Because not everybody is going to get burned out at the same rate.
Yeah, right.
You know? So your first thing, let's say whatever you're doing, whether it's a craft or you find a new job or you join a new group or you have a new class and you're enthusiastic, right?
Yeah.
That's actually stage 1. You have this enthusiasm because you have to, in order to have one side and then have the opposite, obviously to have an opposing, you're going to have the good part of it. The good part of it is being really gung-ho,
excited
really
optimistic
about it,
yeah.
And then you get into the part where the stress starts to set in. You have the bump. You have the things that start to go wrong. You start to ask yourself, is this a really good day or a bad day, or is this just really suck? And then you run into chronic stress, where you want to start avoiding things. You just don't want to deal with them anymore. You start to get a bad attitude. And then phase 4 is absolute burnout. That's where you start to lose interest in things, which sounds a lot like depression, because where you start saying, I don't want to even go into work today. You know what? I'm going to call in sick. I don't feel like it. Not to say when you feel like you need a day, to say I need a day off does not mean you have burnout. It just means you know your limits and you're taking a mental health day.
Yeah.
Burnout is when this happens for a long period of time. And then there's something they're calling habitual burnout.
Okay.
Where you don't even know anymore. You think that everything is helpless. You're helpless, that you can't change. You have no power. There's nothing you can do about it. So you don't even try. And then everything starts to get progressively worse to the point where your job's suffering, your friendships are suffering, you're pulling away from friends and family. Each of these I keep thinking of, if I may, Spawn, honestly, watching you with your internship.
Uh-oh, here we go.
No, let's be clear. You are
Dangerous.
learning where you start and stop and what you can do, which will change and morph over time.
Yeah.
But so let's use that. You got the internship and you loved what you were doing. You loved the sound of it. You got extremely enthusiastic. You overworked, which went into stress mode. So that's the second one, right? That was the second stage. I'm just using you as an example.
Yeah.
So your stress set in and you still loved what you did, but you were like, oh, I don't want my boss to think I'm a loser because I don't really want to bring this up. I don't really have the right to say anything, but I can see this is a problem with other interns as well. And then it rolled into 3 where you were not sleeping. You were starting, that's 3, chronic stress is where you're like, I don't know what to do. And
Right.
I can't even sleep at night. I'm trying so hard to fix it. And I think I've seen you toggle in and out of burnout for your job because I think you love what you're doing.
So this is where I'm gonna disagree a little bit. Because, no, I know that everyone would be like, I feel like most people would be like, yeah, like that makes sense. That's, obvious. However, for me, I feel like I've more reached like habitual burnout, but with my health stuff. And that's what's affecting every other area of my life.
Okay.
Is that fair to say? Because
I will accept that answer.
The thing, and like, again, this is probably not that relatable for everyone, but like, I don't think I would literally hyper focus. The thing is I simply only have the energy to focus on my internship. Whereas if I was like normal, healthy Emily, like that would not be the thing I would be obsessing over. You know what I mean? Where it's like, if I felt 100% myself, like I would have friends and I would have my weekend to myself and
you would do things.
I would do
things. If you
things.
felt better. That's something I want to raise for. I know a lot of females, moms that will go above and beyond because a lot of times that's just what you have to do to get through.
Yeah.
But at what point do you say, enough? I mean, I found myself doing it with you too, just not even a half an hour ago, where I'm like, when do I get to have a meltdown?
Yeah.
It's like I recognize though faster than you do, I think, at this point. I recognize faster than you do where my limits
Where your
are.
limits are, yeah, for sure.
And I know it's
I push
hard.
my limits to the nth degree.
And with a new boss, your boss is going, and I've lived this.
Yeah.
Your boss will love you. They will continue to give you work until you say, please stop. And like on top of each other. They're looking to see your limits. And until you say, hold on, I've had enough. You can't put one more toothpick on my pile. It's all going to go crashing.
Yeah. I want to be careful with that just because I've noticed like my boyfriend and my friends kind of feel similarly where they're like, Emily, like you give so much of yourself, like blah, 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 blah. But I truly don't think that's what it is. I think it's simply where my priorities are within my career. Like I'm very career driven. I know that sounds like, it sounds bad.
No, you need to be. This is the early 20s is when you're supposed to be focused.
But I'm very like career and achievement driven. So I put what little fucking energy I have right now into that. And I think it doesn't come across the same for everyone that's looking into my life. Whereas, you know what I'm trying to say? Like,
you don't mean to push people away, but you have to prioritize, and
just because I don't feel good.
And you're hoping that if they love you, that they'll accept that you just need that space to grow.
Because I know if I didn't feel as shitty as I feel right now, I would be hanging out with friends on weekends. I would be...
Well, you've I've been trying to,
But
and that's why I know
literally can't. So.
I know, but I am watching you like a hawk as your mom, as someone who loves you dearly, wants to see you healthy, and I'm watching you big time. I started to worry, is it seeping into depression, which is why this was important to talk about. I think more people don't know when it's okay to say, I need you to back up. And even to your boss.
Yeah.
To no, not take advantage of it.
Yeah.
Not take advantage of it, but
I just know if I were a boss, if I had, again, it depends on the person, but I've seen one too many people, and maybe this is just me being like Emily, I don't know. I've seen one too many people like take advantage of professors or bosses because they just don't know how to deal with like their own personal life. And at the end of the day, like that's not your professor or your boss's like issue. You know what I mean? You have to figure that out. If you can't do your work for that job, then you need to leave that job.
But that's not a bad thing. That's the other thing I wanted to bring up. There's times where we see people come and go in a job and we're like, oh my God, they sucked. But the truth is, it's not that they sucked.
Yeah,
it's
just
that
wasn't right
job wasn't right for them and they weren't able to handle it in whatever way. So I'd kind of like to see us get away from saying, God, those people sucked. Or do you remember this a-hole?
Well, I mean, I think it depends. I think it depends. If you have someone who's
mean,
if you have someone who's like not a great person or like sent
that's different.
Dark roses to your boss, maybe
instead of black roses.
Black roses.
Oh
that is so crazy. Wait, can you tell that story?
I think I can. I don't think Kevin would get mad.
Well, now you just said his name, so maybe he would care. I was trying to go around that.
Why not? I think he'd be proud. But
okay. Hi, Kevin.
Hi, Kevin. He had, I believe it was a male assistant. And he didn't last very long. From what I understand, the young man just didn't jive with Kevin because he's very much an entrepreneurial mind. And he didn't think like a lot of other people do. He was very out of the box, which was what was fascinated about me about Kevin.
Yeah.
He was just really good at what he did.
You're like, I've never met someone like this before.
Yeah, he's just really good at what he did. And the young man not only quit, but he sent him black roses.
Dude, that is the funniest. That is the funniest thing I've ever heard. Like, that should be in a movie. No, I call dibs. That's an hour movie.
That's right. We will make a movie with that in it.
No one can take it. Ours. Any screenwriters out there? Mine. You can't have it.
I bet you someone could find a movie that's already been done.
Yeah, probably. If you know any movies that have done, that's so funny that someone did that. Oh my God.
It wasn't fun. I'm sure that would fall under. Sure, it's funny. Yeah, it's funny now.
It's funny now. But if someone, okay. Yeah, no. If I was in the shoes of the boss and someone sent me black roses, I would cry. That would hurt my feelings.
I think he handled it very well. I think he just was trying to figure out what he did wrong, and he didn't do anything wrong. That was the thing.
No, that guy just literally didn't like him for him.
Well, I don't think the guy wanted to work, or I think if you have me analyze it, because I didn't get to meet the guy, but I'm going to bet that he didn't speak. We used to say Kevinese. You got to speak Kevinese, he's thinking.
Yeah.
Right? So you see patterns. You understand what he's trying to say or whatever. He thinks so fast.
Yeah.
And I think the young man probably felt stupid, maybe, that he didn't know what was going on and took it as an ego punch, maybe.
Well, then he wasn't asking the right questions, to be fair.
And he wasn't, obviously, emotionally matured.
Because I don't know about you guys, but, like, if someone says something, I'm trying to get a lot better at this, where, like, it's hard when you're new in a position because you, like, don't want to, like, do anything wrong and you're really, like, worried about it, but confidence is key, ladies. Where if you hear someone say something and you're not exactly sure what they mean, just ask them.
Right.
Just be like, what did you just say? Like, you can do that. That's like a normal human thing to do.
How do you mean?
Yeah. Did you want me to do this or this? Oh, okay. Okay. No, I understand now. All right. Okay, love you, bye. You can do that. That's fair. But I feel like in my personal experience, I went from school, right? And I was home this past semester. And I enjoyed being home, but I've also been home for months and months and months. And I love you guys, so it's not like as bad as people who have like bad home situations. But again, I've been stagnant in the same spot, doing the same thing for months.
It's exactly
without
right.
a break.
But it goes for me too, because I, as your mom, go, what do you mean? I've been doing I've been doing the laundry and the lawn and the house and the groceries and the cooking and the and I'm going, what do you mean? But
how are you tired? Yeah.
It is there is also a layer, as we all have experienced over this past 2 years, where you have people in your face constantly. Yeah. Constantly.
I just went from school, and then I was still taking a class this summer and doing my internship.
Right.
And I don't know. I just think the health stuff, I really don't even think it's the other stuff. I think it's the health. I haven't left the house in like 2 weeks. Yeah. I quite literally do not see outside. Right. I think that is also an issue.
I think that's an issue for everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone.
But some people aren't listening, because if they were, then we wouldn't be having spikes now, would we? So, I don't know.
But a lot of people have spikes maybe because they're forced to work, because they can't work from home.
Okay, that's
their job.
And then if that were true, I would be like, yes. However, I don't think that's why it's spreading. I think it's because of like nightclubs and people going to events and like they're going to like Lollapalooza with like out a mask, and they're all having raves and shit. You know?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think it's because, I mean, it's probably a little bit to do with essential workers. However, I don't know. I just feel like we're slowly going back to square one. I hope not, though.
Yeah, I hope not, too. Gonna find out.
Gonna find out. Stay tuned.
So burnout, I think we all have it. I don't think anybody's escaped it. So I also figured I'd that I was gonna learn how to communicate so very well there. So as I was saying,
yeah,
what do we do about it?
The question of the century.
So there's pretty much 6 things you can do.
Okay.
6 big things that you can do. So one, if it has to do with a work situation or a family situation, you would talk to whoever you're around. If you're burned out on some reason, talk to whoever's around that has the power, but you got to know what you need help with. You just can't say, I'm burned out. What is making you burned out? You need to have more specific focus. And if you can't even tell somebody, it's like saying it hurts. What hurts? Right? So
next option.
Set a realistic goal and ask somebody for help. 2, emotional and mental health support. That could be you hanging out with your friends, bitching and complaining, making fun jokes, whatever.
Making fun jokes.
Making those fun jokes.
Don't you love when you make those fun jokes with your friends?
I think Fossil is stronking.
It's okay.
When she talks about herself in the third person, she's definitely stronking. So emotional and mental health and support. Right? Talk to somebody. 3, and here's one that I cannot tell you how many times people push back on this when you say, make time to relax. I can't! I can't! And you want to pash them in the face and say, sit the hell down, Holly. You need to take a breather, right? The world's not going to crash. The world's not going to stop without you. You may want to think it, but get some time. No excuses. And set boundaries. So, after 9 o'clock, if you work until 9 and you're working at 1 a.m., you've crossed your own boundary.
Yeah.
Right? That's a problem. The 4th one is, no one wants to hear this. Nobody likes to hear this. Least of all me. Eat healthy, exercise, and, meditate, pray. But, mind, body, and soul. What's going on with the physical stuff? So eat healthy and exercise. And it does help, because you're not going to put sugar in a Ferrari, right? So make sure you eat right. And then another one, sleep. Sleep.
Yeah.
Sleep. And a lot of people are reading on their phones and stuff because what else do they have to do?
Okay, why are you adding me right now?
Okay, well, I'm adding you.
She's like, I see you reading on your phone at night.
Because blue light makes you stay awake.
I know. I gotta get some blue light glasses, speaking of which.
Something. Anything. And then the last one is if you have to, change the situation you're in. Mm-hmm. Which is always simple but not easy.
Yeah.
You know, if you can't live in the situation you're in, get help to get out, move, leave, change jobs, whatever it is. Mm-hmm. Change it.
Change it.
Change it. So
Change it, yeah.
So those are the 6 things that the intranets loves to tell us to do if we're feeling burned out. You notice I didn't see vodka on there, not once.
So what you're telling me is we could have just fucking Googled this shit?
Well, what you will find is a lot of them will tell you about work stress. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the other ones want to deal with it as if it's depression. So a lot of articles will have conflicting, information. It's just like, pick the basic stuff. But that's the hardest part, is doing it, right? We all know what we're supposed to be doing. That's the sad part. We really do.
I feel like for me, though, I'm still not happy with this. I'm still not happy with these answers.
Why not?
Because I don't think mine's necessarily work-related.
All the more reason to set boundaries on yourself.
Yeah.
If you were and I think I've said it clearly enough to you anyway, if you're doing something and it doesn't make sense, then ask yourself, what is the problem? So if you think you need to go on a medicine, then we get you the medicine. But I can't climb. I wish I could climb into your head or your body.
I wish you could too.
And say, what is going on in here?
Okay, so Mom and I got in a little tiff today. Not really. Not like really, really.
We bantered.
We had off. But
aggressive off.
But the thing is that Mom is really frustrated, obviously, because she's doing everything, right? Really valid. But, like, I cannot express strongly enough
how shitty you feel.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't mean to, like, feel sorry for me. No. I don't mean it like that, but, like, when I wake up, I'm still fucking tired.
Then what we need to do, everyone would need to do at this point, when you still wake up a week later and you say something's wrong.
Yeah.
Then you say, what's the next step? But that's where you go back to, what do you do about it? Talk to someone.
Yeah.
What is actually going on? Sometimes somebody else could say, oh yeah, you know what? Something like that happened to me too. And in your case, you may need to actually go back onto a medicine.
Yeah. Yeah. I really wish you could climb into my body, because then you'd be like, oh wow, yeah, that's why she didn't want to do that. Well, you know what I mean? Because you're like, oh my gosh, like, no one cleaned up the dishes. And I'm like, if I fucking clean up the dishes, I'm going to need a 3-hour nap.
Let's be clear. Let's be clear. I'm not yelling at you.
No, I know.
I'm yelling around you, and you're always the one who hears it, so you think I'm mad at you. But I blame the other 2 adults in this house for not,
The other thing that sucks about... I don't want to say this house, but the other thing that sucks about our environment currently is that you and I are really the only 2 people who do anything other than, like, they obviously work outside of the house. That's not what I'm saying. But I would say do anything to help maintain the household. And I have not been helping you at all, just because I've been so down bad, if you want to say. So, yeah, even, like, you were like, oh, we have to go record. And I was like, I don't even...
And that's where you're right on this chart, though. You are exactly on this chart where you're at the point where you're like, I don't even want to do things that I want to do.
I didn't know, because right now it's kind of
that falls under chronic stress.
I'm heightening my voice and I'm like trying to be louder and more excited, but like literally right before you turned this on, I was taking a nap.
But I'll bet you there are people that are listening to this going, me too. Me too.
I hope so, because I really feel like a little bitch.
Well, you're not a little bitch. Nobody's a little bitch.
I literally feel like a piece of shit little bitch who can't do anything.
No. See, and that's what you don't want. That's depression. That's where it crawls into depression. That's where the self-esteem kicks in and you start feeling like a failure, and that's where it crawls into depression. Exactly my point. Thank you for that.
Oops. Sorry, my bad.
That's how you... Oh, no.
Uh-oh, didn't mean to out myself like that. Tubby custard.
It spilled over.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I just did an inside joke between us.
Go ahead, tell them about the inside joke so people understand.
Okay, so is it from Teletubbies?
It's from Teletubbies.
So from Teletubbies, I forget which one does it, but they go, "Uh-oh, Tubby custard."
They have that custard machine and it always goes...
Ew.
And it goes over everything and they always spill it everywhere. And they make a big mess.
Uh-oh, Tubby custard. So whenever something like spills or something happens that's like mildly inconvenient.
We make a mess of it.
Uh-oh, Tubby custard.
There, now you're in the circle.
Yeah, so you guys aren't like, what was she trying to say?
Did she just fucking say tubby custard?
Is she speaking English? Spawn?
Spawn snapped.
Spawn? Are you there?
She's regressed about 20 years.
Tubby custard.
Oh my god. So you guys see, we're all feeling the same way. You don't have to feel bad about it. You don't have to get stuck in it. Know you're okay. Get with someone. Talk about
funny? It. I think this is, when we first started this podcast, it was meant to be an uplifting.
What is not uplifting about? What is it? Excuse you.
You have your daughter just sitting here just like shitting on everything.
I'm saying too. Mom, you're an asshole. Mom, no one wants to hear this. Mom, your stories are stupid. Not do.
Are you kidding me? I'm your number one fan.
Am I tripping over into depression?
Yeah, I think such a little shit.
No.
In other news, I'm just gonna share this story real quick. Don't you dare. Mom, this past week, bought a standee.
Oh, she's outing me.
I'm not gonna say who it is. I'm not gonna say who the actor is.
Yeah.
I feel like that's where it gets weird.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Not gonna say who it is, but my mom got a standee.
Yeah.
Of a life-size standee of this actor that she enjoys. My mom has literally probably over 15 standees.
I'm collecting a paper doll army.
She literally is. Like, it's actually insane. But whatever, it's one of her weird quirks. Some people like comic books. Some people,
I like my life-size paper dolls.
Some people make bracelets. My mom collects paper dolls. So, anyways,
paper dolls.
This fucking unit of cardboard. So this man in real life is like, what, 6'5"?
Yeah.
And he's so freaking tall. Well, actually, I don't even consider that like that massive since Dad was like 6'6".
Stop. Nope. It's up there.
Okay, whatever. So he's like really tall. He's like 6'5". He's so freaking tall that this standee is shorter than how he actually is. And it's probably like 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah, it said that on the thing, though. They can't make them completely. They have a height limit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my mom, and like I knew she bought it, but I didn't know it came like so soon. She brings this motherfucker upstairs and just plops him. And she's like, look what I bought! And my dogs go absolutely berserk because they think this is like a man standing in our living room. They think this is a whole ass man standing in our living room. They're like, rah, 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 trying to like bite him.
It's great when like plumbers have to come into the house. It startles them. I love it.
The standees, not the dogs. Yeah. So, anyways, and then I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is the biggest one we have because we have like a bunch of them, but they're all like 5'10", 5'11", right? Like maybe 5'8". They're really not that tall. This, wow. Like I'm looking at him right now and it's actually gargantuous. It is insane. It makes me like mildly uncomfortable.
So, who else out there likes paper dolls?
You have got to stop.
One day at our Fats estate, I'm going to have an entertainment room and the walls are going to be lined and take the stand part off. And it's just every single one of the ones that even I have in storage will just be lined on this, like you're walking into a red carpet event.
You know what? Okay. Well, first of all, I will not be entering that room.
Well, it'll be fantastic.
The thing is, like, anyone else walking into our home, they're probably like, that's weird. But I've gotten so used to them.
Nobody thinks it's weird anymore. It's me.
Yeah, you're right. My mom's quirky. My mom's really quirky.
You can't tell me that other writers don't use face claims or look online and look up, people to stare at and write their stories.
Can I out you just like a tad more?
Go ahead.
My mom also likes to put their faces like in frames.
Yeah, you gotta have them in front of you if you're gonna write and shit.
Oh my god.
Now the ones that are
it's like family photo.
No, wait a minute. You gotta know that either it came from somebody or like those two are signed, bitch.
That's different.
That poster there is signed.
Yeah.
Some of the one that's hanging in the hallway, signed.
No, the signed ones I'm like, yeah, makes sense. But even I have signed like playbills. I don't hang those up. That's
okay. I like being creative with stuff.
Yeah,
it's
okay. I think it's hilarious because people will be like, who's that? Is that like your cousin? I'm like, no.
Yeah.
No, Mom. No.
Amidst pictures of Emily and the boy.
No, it's literally like a picture of me, a picture of a famous actor.
famous actor.
But it's like so funny. Actually, I should clarify though. It's funny because they're not, you're going to get mad.
Okay.
They're not even like that famous. These are not like A-list celebrities.
That's why I feel the need
to support them.
It's like everybody sleeps on them. It's
these are like, I would say, more like D-list celebrities.
You better shut your filthy whore mouth now. Because here's the deal. Oh, boy, you struck a nerve with that one. Nope. Take it back. Take it back.
I will not.
Take it. You're out of the will.
I will.
I'm leaving everything to the dogs. That's it.
Oh my god. It's so funny though, because if you say their names to like your friends or whatever,
that's
they
true,
wouldn't.
Because they're
they
not
wouldn't
from
know.
This country.
Yeah.
They're not from this country.
Okay, we're leaving little hints for people to guess.
Nobody's gonna guess. Most people stop listening by now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They went, yeah, all right. Yeah.
So funny. It's just like these D-list celebrities just like all over our house.
You can stop
You
that. You can honestly stop that.
She's so mad. No, they're great. They're very talented. They're just not well known.
Mm-hmm. They are very well known in other countries.
Okay.
Extremely well known.
Sorry.
It's just us loser Americans.
That's fair.
Haven't
no, that's fair.
Them yet.
That's fair. You're right. One of them is actually pretty well known in the US because of a popular show. The massive one that you just got.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. My massive collection of Paper Doll Army.
Well, actually, you do have a few who are A-list.
I have some that I can say.
No, absolutely.
You know what?
The ones in the basement.
The ones in the basement. Oh, no. There's the one. Okay, am I allowed?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I have a Harry Potter standee that someone gave me.
But that has the whole cast.
It has the whole cast. Well, that was, I think it came off a movie thing there, or my friend had a video store.
Yeah.
So then there was my Austin Power standee, which actually was really cool when it was new because it had a battery operated and it would literally go, yeah, baby. And
I remember that. Yeah.
So that one. Then I have Captain Jack Sparrow.
Understandable.
Everybody's got, I'm sorry, I know Johnny's been in hot water, but he didn't do it, so he's still good.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
So we have it, so.
Sorry, not sorry.
You had that years ago, though.
Yeah, those are all years. And then came the Twilight phase. Mm-hmm. So I literally got every single character I could get. I think the only ones that I couldn't get were the wolves, obviously, except for Jacob Black's character. And who else? Couldn't get Jasper. I thought
we had Jasper.
No. Do we?
Maybe not. I thought you eventually got him like years later.
Esme. I couldn't get Esme. Yeah, there was a couple there that I couldn't get. It was like, oh.
Yeah, we have most.
So it's incomplete because couldn't get them. And then...
You know what's even better? I think you have like 2 Bellas and like 2 Edwards and 2 Jacobs from like one from Twilight and one from like Eclipse or like whatever.
Exactly.
Or it might be
Exactly.
Twilight and New Moon. I don't remember, but you have different versions.
Yeah, it was fun. And
So
in fact,
funny.
it's funny because a plumber did come in and they're like, whoa, because they were all standing in the basement at one point, like
Yeah.
in rows. And the guy, he goes, oh my God, my wife would kill for this. I'm like, see, thank you. A man who
He
understands.
tried to buy them off of you.
Yeah, and I said, yeah, no, thank you.
Dude.
Yeah, no, thank you.
That was one of the moments where I was like, are you serious?
Yeah,
Someone
thank you.
came in, literally said, I will buy these off of you. And she said no.
You can hate on it all you want, but it was a fun phenomenon.
I mean, just the fact that you have them, that's so impressive.
That's me embracing my weirdness, and Daddy didn't care.
Yeah.
Daddy was like, you are so weird. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
You guys were weird together. It's
We
fine.
were weird together. That was what made it perfect.
So, I lied. She does have a couple A-list celebrities, but...
Thank you for acknowledging.
But
The other ones should be A-listers.
They should, talent-wise, yes, they
See?
should be.
Agreed, right?
No, I agree with you.
Thank you.
I'm just saying they're not well known here.
Yeah. You've seen some of them on stage.
I have. We have done that
Yeah.
multiple times.
Thank you. So, I'm sure everybody's bored of hearing about this topic.
But yeah, if your mom has like a weird obsession.
Yeah, like you cannot tell me that everyone out there doesn't have something strange that they like. Or
What's
they do.
mine?
Working too long.
You are so annoying. Because like I used to be obsessed with celebrities when I was like 13. I wouldn't necessarily say I have anyone I'm obsessed with now. There's no one I would like pay thousands of dollars to like meet or anything.
I wouldn't pay to meet them, but I would pay to see them do their craft.
Like maybe. I mean, it sounds ironic because like 2 episodes ago I was trying to buy like Big Time Rush
That's
tickets.
what I'm saying. You're acting like it's something to be ashamed of, and it's no different.
No, it's not something to be ashamed of. I just find it really fucking funny.
I know you like to pick on me about it, but
Yeah.
I literally look at it if this was a football team or a soccer team
for
or
sure.
a tennis
Yeah,
player,
yeah.
that would be okay. You could splash that shit all over your rooms, but, do it with the entertainment industry and you're somehow...
No,
I'm good with that.
No,
That's fine.
You get it, girl. You be you.
Thanks. I do my best. High five.
High five. For anyone who...
It's like, did she just smack her?
Did someone just clap some cheeks? So, hopefully you enjoyed this kind of shorter episode.
Yeah, we thought we'd go easy on you because it was kind of a heavy topic to start with, but hopefully you guys don't feel so alone or like you're going crazy. You're not. Or maybe you are, but it's okay.
Maybe you're just a little depressed little piece of shit. Maybe you just need to go get some therapy, little...
Wow. Wow. Maybe you just need a little vodka,
Maybe you just need a little help.
rum.
Yeah.
some Ciroc or something.
Mm-hmm. Are you
okay.
sad? Baby sad. I'm talking to myself. I'm not talking to you guys.
I was going to say, I
Are we
think everyone should
projecting?
know that Emily's looking in a mirror right now.
I think everyone should know that she's projecting. So, yes.
Well, buck up, little buckaroos. I knew that was going to get you.
Okay.
All right, you guys.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.